Mozart's sister was the real genius in the family. Maria Mozart was Wolfgang Mozart's older sister by 5 years. The Mozart family had endured years of grief. Only 2 of their 7 children survived infancy. Leopold and Anna Maria Mozart devoted themselves to them. Anna Maria instructed her kids in several languages. She cultivated their interest in science. Leopold was a renowned composer and violinist. He began tutoring his children in music. Maria played harpsichord and fortepiano when she was 7. Her playing awoke Wolfgang's interest in music. In 1762, Leopold took his kids on a tour of Western Europe. Maria was 11 years old and Wolfgang was 7. Maria would often have higher billing than her brother. They traversed Western Europe for the next 3 years. They were billed as Wunderkinder child prodigies. They performed together at the palace in Vienna. There, Maria befriended a young Marie Antoinette. Maria and Wolfgang were incredibly close. They devised a fantasy world called the Kingdom of Bach. They pretended to be the king and queen. In 1764, the family reached London. During this time, Leopold became ill and the tour paused. They would stay in London for 15 months. There, Wolfgang began to compose his first symphony. He was too young to write down the symphony. Maria wrote it all down and orchestrated it for him. So, some of Wolfgang's compositions may be hers. It's suggested she composed 3 out of his 5 violin concertos. In 1769, Maria turned 18. She was now of marriageable age. Maria couldn't continue to tour alongside her brother. She was expected to stay at home with her mother. Control of her life had to be passed on to her husband. Her life would become dependent on her suitor. Maria continued to play and compose in private. She sent one of her compositions to her brother in 1770, but none of her compositions and manuscripts survived. She could have her work published under Wolfgang's name. Maria had eventually married at 33. It was quite late for the time. Her father rejected an earlier suitor who she loved. Her husband was Johann Baptist von Berchtold zu Sonnenberg. He was a magistrate twice widowed and a father of 5. Maria had to take control of his household. She had 3 children of her own with Johann. One of them was deposited for her father to look after. Wolfgang's marriage was not approved of by his father. Leopold estranged Wolfgang from the family. In 1787, Leopold died. Wolfgang and Maria could resume their correspondence. It continued until Wolfgang died in 1791. Maria became instrumental in preserving her brother's legacy. She supplied biographies with Wolfgang's letters and works. Maria's husband passed away in 1801. She moved to Salzburg and worked as a music teacher. She passed away in 1829 at age 78.